Panther people, what up? Here are 3 things the Panthers need to do against the Cardinals to not piss us all off. What's going on, everyone? Panthers Post. Thanks for joining. Here are the 3 things the Panthers need to do to make me not want to put a bag over my head and join the Buffalo Bills Mafia. I'm just saying it right now. I'm saying it right now. Act like a professional organization. I just watched the Green Bay Packers demolish, to many people, was a Super Bowl contender in the Washington Commanders, and they did so with precision, professionalism, and poise. I need to see that from the Panthers. Those are my 3 things, but I just felt like saying some alliteration just now. So here's number 1. Nothing to do with the offense. It's the defense. Ejiro Evero may be the defensive coordinator with the hottest butt right now. I would not be surprised if he gets canned before Canadian Thanksgiving. By the way, it's in October, just a couple of weeks away. So if this man allows another 200-yard rusher for the 8th straight game, I believe there was a stat since he's been the defensive coordinator with the Carolina Panthers, which has now been multiple years. It's engrossed Frank Reich and the Dave Canales era, if you want to call them that, if you last not even 2 years, that there's been only 9 games where the opposing running back has not rushed for 200 yards. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's something stupid. And he has been pushed by the head coach. Wow, the head coach doing head coaching things to play the young guys. We talked about this during the preseason that, this is a developmental team. Not just for the players, but for the coach as well. Ejiro Evero developing as a defensive coordinator. Maybe he'll be a head coach one day. Brad Isaac calling plays during the preseason. Eventually, maybe he'll be a head coach one day. They want to be like kind of like a mini LA Rams, mini San Francisco 49ers. Not going off to a great start right now. And so Evero acting like the head coach himself. I know he's defensive coordinator, but saying, you know what? I might be falling in line with the whole developmental part of this franchise. Brother, dude, come on. Like, you're telling me you're looking at Princey Umanmielen and Nick Scorton, 3rd and 2nd round picks who had 1st round grades in the draft, and you're telling me that you'd rather still DJ Johnson and DJ Wonham? Like, I like Wonham. I think he's a very good contributor to this team, no doubt. I think he could be a star if he wanted to. I think we know who Johnson is. By the way, they traded up to get him. Remember that? He has not developed. Talking about being a developmental team, and he's a veteran now because he's been on the team, last 3 seasons. But what does he become? Nothing. He's become nothing. He's a rotational guy, special teams guy at best. You have guys who have 1st round grades. DJ Johnson was a reach back then, and you're still giving him 1st round pick type reps. Give these guys the chance. Latham Ransom, give him a chance. We don't have Turk Wharton because he's out with a hamstring injury for weeks. I don't feel good about those soft tissue stuff. Get Cam Jackson in there. Even if he doesn't know the damn plays, he's a big body, massive. Put him in there. Stop the dang run. Our linebackers are, as I've said 1,000 times now, they are Timu Thomas Davis and Luke Kuechly. Trevin Wallace, Christian Roseboom, they are Timu. They are DH Gate, TD, and Kuechly. So they're a liability. So it's up to the defensive line to either give them easy shots if they can tackle, if they have the wherewithal to find the guy in the open field, or they got to do it them darn selves. Okay. I'm not worried about JC Horn, not worried about Mike Jack. Get Damani Richardson and Latham Ransom out there. You see the Green Bay Packers. They are the youngest team in the National Football League. We're talking about how the Panthers have 12 rookies on their starting 53-man roster. Guess what? Being young doesn't mean you suck and you're not a professional. Look at the Green Bay Packers, one of the youngest teams in the NFL, and they're doing damn things in prime time, okay? Play the young guys, stop the run, keep your job. Number 2, sticking with coaching, Dave Canales. You're a rah-rah guy. I talked about it before. You're kind of like, I'm not going to like a camp counselor. He's got that camp counselor vibe. He's like a skinny Matt Rule, muscular skinny Matt Rule. He's got the gift of the gab. He can talk you into anything. He can sell snow to a Canadian. He can do it. But you can talk to men. You could be a leader of men, but are you a play caller? Are you organized enough, as organized as you are about your workouts, your haircut, how you dress, all that stuff, what you eat? He seems very organized, very disciplined on that sense. Are you going to do the same thing when it comes to game time? You're going to be disciplined on getting the play in on time. Not when it's 0-0s on the play clock. You're going to make sure your quarterback is prepared. You probably saw that sideline report with Trevor Lawrence, talking about how he knew the answers to anything that the Panthers were going to do and did do. Mind you, that's another shot at Ejiro Evero, how predictable he damn is and isn't malleable at all scheme-wise. But also, he was prepared. He was prepared for whatever the defense gave him. Was Bryce Young prepared? Didn't seem like it. Didn't seem like he was prepared. It didn't even seem like Bryce Young was prepared for the play call. because they got it all the way down to zeros in the play clock. So Dave Canales, you get right as a play caller. If you get right as a play caller, you get Bryce right. You give him time to read the defense. And if you did prepare him, maybe he has a couple seconds for breathing room to figure out what the heck he's looking at so he can change plays. He can set up blocking schemes, anything like that. Because again, I'm going back to a Thursday night football game. And I know Jordan Love sat on the bench for 3 years. Maybe Bryce needed something like that. But guess what? That's what happens when you're first overall pick. He's out there learning baptism by fire. And he looks absolutely lost. Whereas Jordan Love looks like he knew what the defense was doing like 5 plays in advance. Like it was a whole other thing. It's like he was in the quantum realm. Like it's like he had a sixth sense. He figured it out. Whereas Bryce, it seemed like everything was happening to him in real time, and he was trying to solve it in real time, and he looked completely lost and overwhelmed. Mind you, Bryce, it's getting out there. I know he's everybody's favorite son, but he's not getting the full blame for this game, even though he had the fumble and a couple picks, and a couple of throws he wish he had back. I can't believe I've heard that term so many times in the last 5 days. But I think the more prepared Bryce is, as the smart guy that he is, the better he's going to play. So it all starts at the top. If Canales is organized, Bryce is organized, and then they will succeed. So Dave, get your head out of your ass. Number 3, speaking of head and asses, I need heads out of asses and hands out there in Xavier Leggett and Tetra McMillan. I know Tetra McMillan had a good, decent, promising NFL debut against Jacksonville Jaguars. But gosh darn it, man, you're going to be up against Will Johnson, who somehow fell into the second round. Actually, pretty good football player, champion. So you could be locked up by that dude. One arm could be locked up by it. So if you have to, use one hand. But if you have both hands available, my guy, use them. Like your wingspan is ridiculous, but it doesn't matter if you only have wingspan just out here. You need 2 hands. You need to catch the ball with 2 hands. And I guarantee you, not a head coach, not a position coach at all, but get the 2 hands out there. I guarantee Nalo is going to have over 100 yards receiving and his first professional touchdown in the National Football League if he does that. Now let's talk about Xavier Leggett. My friend, I don't care if you film commercials during the summertime and they were scheduled to come out in the next couple of weeks. I don't want to see a damn commercial. I don't want to see you on a podcast. I don't want to see you bussing with the boys. I don't want to see you on the pivot. I don't want to see you on anything. I don't want to see you on a music video. I want to see you in front of the darn jugs machine. And if that ball hits your chest, you're doing it again for another 5 hours. Sun Heung-min, who now plays for LAFC, played for my Tottenham Hotspur. When he was a kid, his dad made him do 500 keep-ups on each foot. And every time he dropped it, he kept going. He started back at 0. That's why he's both-footed. That's why he's a champion. That's why he plays for the Korean national team. That's why he's one of the best football players in the Premier League. Xavier Leggett, you need to get that Korean work ethic, my guy. Like 500 catch with the jugs machine. If you drop it, start again. If you hit your chest, start again. Like, that's just one aspect of the darn game. Block, consistency, attitude, effort, all that stuff. I need to see it. Because if it wasn't for Tetra McMillan, he's technically our number 1 wide receiver. And that's a bad place to be because obviously they trade away Adam Thielen. Hunter Renfrow just came back after like a year and a half off. And so he's our number 1 guy. Right now, I think if everybody was healthy, it'd be Tetra McMillan, Jalen Coker, David Moore, Hunter Renfrow, and Xavier Leggett if I was a wide receiver coach right now. That's how I would see it. And his spot is not just set in stone. He needs to work for it. He needs to prove that he deserves to be in the conversation, to be a wide receiver 2. Highest, in my opinion, he can go right now, even with Jalen Coker out, is wide receiver 3, because I'm seeing Hunter Renfrow at least running routes. He's putting in the effort. Maybe because he's been away for a year, he knows it could be taken away at any moment. But Xavier Leggett, he's playing like a guy who thinks he deserves more playtime, better balls, or whatever it is. Man, you got to act like you're an undrafted free agent. That's how he needs to prepare. That's how he needs to play. And if that happens, he's got the talent. He's got the size. He's got everything. He can be a contributor on this team. But right now, it's like if you're a defensive coordinator, you're worried about Tetra McMillan, and that's it. You can lock down Xavier Leggett. He's not going to put in the effort. You beat him up a little bit. He's either going to try to knock you out, get ejected, or he's just going to get dejected and not perform. And then Hunter Renfrow, again, the man is older, took a year off. David Moore, older, and then again, JT Sanders, he's supposed to have a big year out of him. He lost the weight, got a dietitian. Again, catch a damn ball. When it's thrown your way, catch a damn ball. Get it from Tommy Tremble, who I believe has pretty reliable hands and is a good blocker. You got to be multifaceted. So again, I'm not worried about the running backs, but it's the pass catchers out there. And if you want to put in Chuba in there as well, at least Chuba's putting in the work at the jugs machine. Pass catchers, catch the dang ball. Okay. We're making Bryce look bad. If Bryce looks bad, this franchise is going down the shitter. Mind you, like, I don't even want to talk. I don't want to talk about it. I just want Bryce to get some damn help. If again, back to the Packers game because it's week 2, Thursday Night Football against the Commanders. The wide receivers, the tight ends were catching everything Jordan Love threw their way. That was accurate. Like keeping their feet in bounds, yards after the catch, all that stuff. Make them look good. You're killing me. So again, defense, stop the run, play the young guys, don't get fired. Dave Canales, get your head out of your ass. That organization you bring in the gym and what you wear and how your hair looks, bring that to the gosh darn game time. Make sure Bryce is set up to succeed. Then Bryce will do the rest. He just needs to be prepared properly, and then he will excel. And then, speaking of excel, wide receivers, tight ends, Chuba Hubbard, anytime they throw to you, catch a damn ball. No turnovers. And I think the Panthers have a chance. I will not predict a Panthers win until they can show me they can be an actual competent football team. So right now I'm saying Cardinals are winning unless they prove me otherwise. You go 0-2 going Bank of America Stadium week 3, it's going to be ugly. So try to not do that. See you guys after the game on Sunday.